Right, so we are ready to start, and there we go. Absolutely ready. Let me see. Just 1 second as I look at something over here. All right, so welcome to the fourth revolution. And we're talking again about the journey of money. Maybe some of you have had this a few times, maybe some of you are hearing this the first time, but it is very much welcome because someone said that the more you hear information about a good thing, the more it attracts itself to you. So we are more than happy to share this once again. So we started off with money, the journey of money, going way back then to the barter trade system where people were exchanging goods for goods. Then we came into the Industrial Revolution, and here now we were introduced into paper money, and this was in the early 1700s and even the early 1800s. Now, all of us on this call were not born then, but you can imagine paper money started, we found it, and we're still probably going to leave it here. Then we do have the digital revolution. This is where we consider it the third industrial revolution. This is where we started having now digital money, and simple examples such as M-Pesa. Of course, M-Pesa is here with us, and so it just simply means that as much as money has really changed forms, we still have a lot of that form with us even today. But we are so excited now to talk about what is next, the big thing about money, which is the blockchain revolution. So just to give a definition, when you go to Google, what is blockchain? Basically, it's a system whereby you record information in a way that it makes it difficult or impossible to change, to hack, or to cheat the system. Who wouldn't want that? So it's essentially digital ledger of transactions that are duplicated and distributed across the entire networks of computer systems on that particular blockchain. In simple terms, maybe you're hearing this for the first time. This is just transactional records whereby as they are executed, you have security, you have transparency, and decentralized. And actually the icing on the cake is that in this situation, nobody controls the blockchain technology. Basically, there's no single authority such as banks or governments that are involved. So it's a beautiful peer-to-peer platform. So basically, how do we apply this blockchain in real money? Because maybe I've lost you already talking about the barter trade, talking about, all these forms that money has come through, okay? And now we are talking about the blockchain. How is blockchain essential in our lives? It simply means that with the revolution or with the evolution, something had to be fixed in society or a solution had to be provided for a problem. So we talk about the first currency in the blockchain technology, which we all know, or which you've all at least had a little bit about it. It's called Bitcoin. Bitcoin came in at a time when we realized our money was losing value, and that is called inflation. So basically, when because it's released in small amounts, by the years, it simply means that it attains value. So it's a store of value. Some people like to equate it just like buying land, which gains value. The only thing is with the time it does that. So Bitcoin is good, and it resolves the issue of inflation. Then we have another cryptocurrency called Ethereum. Ethereum is actually the second in value in terms of, when you look at the hierarchy of cryptocurrencies. And with this, it has an advantage, which is number one, being a cryptocurrency, of course, and so it can add up in value or also a store of value. But number two is so powerful because it is an open source, and open source simply means it is open and anybody can do something with it, meaning you can write digital applications on that open platform and it will benefit the community. So that is that about Ethereum. Then we do have another amazing cryptocurrency called BUSD, or the Binance. Now, Binance is amazing because it is a stable coin. Who wouldn't want to do business with something that is stable? I'm sure, all of you would, and because most of these cryptocurrencies, they fluctuate up and down, but BUSD or Binance is so stable so that it gives you the ability to do predictable business, and you will just be a happy camper. So the world is talking, and especially the World Economic Forum. When you go to look at the statistics right now, it is predicted that in the next 6 years, the cryptocurrency values will be gone up at least 300,000%. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think to me, those are staggering numbers, but they are good numbers. Even people like Warren Buffett, who have been dealing with the cryptos, especially in the fiat space, doing traditional businesses for such a long time, they say this is ingenious. The space of cryptocurrency is fantastic. So definitely that is something that we can also look up to and look out for. We have something called the adoption curve, and the adoption curve basically takes us through 3 stages of a life of a cryptocurrency or the life of a business opportunity. What happens in the first stages when you tell somebody about this, and especially cryptocurrency? We have the doubters and all that, but so in that stage, early stage, there's very few believers, probably 1%. I'm just saying, so that is the innovation stage. In this stage, we do not have a lot of believers, and a lot of people, they want facts. Maybe they don't have the facts. So yeah, we have only the innovators that believe in this. Then comes the early adopters, which we believe some of us are there right now, early adopters and the early majorities. We are at the takeoff stage. This is now a stage whereby 10, 15 years later, I mean, this world of cryptocurrency is growing, and yes, it has come to our attention. In fact, for some of us, for myself, I heard about this maybe like 10 years ago, but guess what? I wasn't a believer and I had so many doubts. But right now, when I got the opportunity and I'm like, oh, wow, okay, so this is real, I guess. Yes, so we are ready to take off at this particular amazing stage, and I hope you are also going to be a participant. Of course, we never want to come in at a stage of business whereby everything is saturated and you look left, right, everything is looking the same. You don't even have opportunities, and of course that's where the laggards come in, and maybe they invest in the world of cryptocurrency or in the knowledge of cryptocurrency just because they don't have a choice. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a choice right now because we are in the best stage, which is the takeoff stage. I will just take you to the markets actually, so that you can look at all these coins that we are talking about, and it's called coinmarketcap.com. We have over 10,000 coins that are out there in the market, and actually over 383 exchanges whereby you can liquidate them. But above all, there's something called market cap. Their value right now is so high. Actually, we're looking about minimum $1.5 trillion, just all of them put together. And I think those are really staggering numbers and in the right direction. Of course, when you give specifics as examples, such as Bitcoin being the #1 cryptocurrency, it's valued at about $693 billion. And then, of course, look at Ethereum. Its value about $284 billion. But the coin that we wanted to engage so much on tonight is the Binance, and it also has such a high value, which is about $6 billion and growing. But we'll talk about those specific advantages in just a moment. When I show you some of the charts that I have right now, we do have Bitcoin, we do have Ethereum. I mean, it's just simply showing us the stages where these cryptos have the journey of the cryptos, where they're coming from, from inception all the way to maybe 2017. They didn't have a lot of traction, but then from 2018, people started paying attention, and then you can see the curves, you can see the charts, you can see the graph going up, up and down. Of course, the market goes up and down, but right now it's really in a good space. And like I said, we're in the best space, which is the takeoff stage, and the sky is the lower limit. Then, of course, if we're just to compare like the GDPs of countries, what are cryptocurrencies, their values combined, what can they do for our countries? I mean, it's a lot. Like Africa, total value is about $2.6 trillion. Then look at Bitcoin. Its value is $700 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a lot of figures, good figures, meaning Bitcoin can pay for so much of probably about halfway going beyond almost 3/4 of the economy of Africa. And that's why we're saying their market cap is really an eye-opener to see their value in regards to our economies. And especially when we look at like Kenya sitting there, Bitcoin, of course, can take care of Kenya and many other African countries, but Ethereum can pay for the economy of East Africa very, very comfortably. So we always just like to say tonight's conversation, probably it's your first, to listen into, but it's not the last. So as you get that desire to know more about what is happening in the space of cryptocurrency, of course, we welcome you to keep listening and also keep educating yourself. On the terms of education, actually, we can talk about whether you can gain or lose in this space. And of course, yes, everything always has two sides to it. And we talk about tokens, and tokens are really good, but the only thing is it is basically a cryptocurrency that has not really hit the market the way it was supposed to, or the way it was intended to. So if you bought your tokens in the pre-sale season, and maybe the coins were offered on the public platform and they didn't attract the momentum that was expected, then of course you will lose your money. You can also lose your money in something called mining, and this is mining of cryptocurrencies. This is where transactions of the cryptocurrencies are verified. And not to say that it wasn't lucrative at some point, it was. But right now, you really need some excessively good machines, a lot of energy in terms of power, and I mean, just up-to-date computers. So if you don't have that much of investment in that area, then of course you lose. You better leave it to bigger countries, bigger economies such as China to do that, because they can afford that. And then we have something called return on investment. Return on investment, basically, this is where maybe you've been a victim. I have been a victim, where someone tells you, okay, put your money on the platform, give it 2-3 days, you'll be getting a percentage, and a good one for that matter. But guess what? It doesn't last long. Before you know it, you wake up and the website is no more, it's not functioning, and you have nobody to call or nobody to blame. So we are only sharing the losses to get to tell you, or to make you aware that, yeah, these things are real there in the markets. So you just want to be very careful about the type of investment that you put yourself into. But you can gain a lot of money when you trade currencies. This is like maybe forex trading. You can also trade cryptocurrencies. And we have so many people actually in our circles who have done this, and some of them have made some serious money. The only thing is, behind every successful trader, they must have an incredible skill of trading. So if you have the skill, you are good to go. You can also gain a lot of money with something called buying and holding. You can buy cryptocurrencies, you can buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, buy whatever. You know, remember we talked about this over 10,000 cryptocurrencies. It's really up to you to do the homework, and whichever that you feel like will go in the direction that you think it would, then get a hold of it, but just be patient for a few years and you will be in money. You can also make a lot of actually on something called a smart contract. And that is the main theme of the conversation for tonight. So a smart contract, by definition, is a programming code, and it's self-operating. It's placed directly on the blockchain. It can't be hacked or be stopped. And it simply means that it doesn't require an admin or a company to run it. Because it runs on its own, it does exactly what it was programmed to do. So in simple terms, it is just a code. It is a code, and it's the only thing is it's known as a smart contract. It's more information is available on investopedia.com. Of course, like I said, for the readers and the seekers, you can find out so much more information on how this works. The smart contract that we are talking about tonight is called Facade, and it is 100% decentralized. Decentralization simply means that the creators of Facade do not control your crypto. You are in control. You have total control. You don't need administrators to run this, because remember, we said it is a code. You don't need any managers to manage any decisions here. You cannot lose your money or your funds. When you're having your payouts, they are instant and they come directly to your blockchain wallet. You have unlimited income. You can transact millions of dollars in a given day and nobody will ask you anything. And of course, there's 100% transparency. And that is the power of the smart contract, which is called Facade, that we are talking about today. The fact that it is completely decentralized. Then, of course, when you look at the centralized projects, I mean, in that space, we're just doing a small comparison to show you how that in the space of centralization, we do have staff that monitor these systems. And those staff, sometimes they make bad management decisions. If they're working in banking institutions, you can lose your funds. Of course, we all have. Sometimes you go to the bank and you cannot even withdraw. You have to wait for your withdrawals. And then, of course, they tell you, I mean, in 24 hours, you can only withdraw so much. So this, and you know, that space of your income is limited. Then, of course, transparency is also limited, because behind every manager, there's so many decisions, and nobody will tell you everything that is going on in regards to your money. So our smart contract, which is called Facade, which is decentralized, works on 4 projects. And out of those 4 projects, we are going to talk about 2 major ones, Facade X3 and Facade X4. So these projects, Facade X3 and Facade X4, actually were launched on May 31st. And so basically it's been just about a month. And before that, of course, we're operating on a decentralized project, but also on the Ethereum platform. But we were so privileged to have an additional program, which is X3, X4, based on the stablecoin, which is Binance coin. Now, this is when you look at Facade X3, it has 12 slots or 12 rooms, and also Facade X4 has 12 slots or 12 rooms. The thing is, we are soon expecting to launch additional programs for Facade Triple X and also X Gold, but we may not talk so much about them tonight, but we want to expound on what we have in hand. So for Facade X3, it has 3 positions for you to earn income from. And I'm just going to show you out of the 3, what exactly is going to happen. When you do refer, and we love to refer, we love to talk about, maybe where we did our hair, where we bought our clothes. So in this case, when you refer, because you have already bought your slot, let's say slot number 1 of X3, what happens? You refer a friend, and the money from that slot comes directly to your wallet, 100% of it. There's no discounts, there's no, and the beautiful thing is it comes instantly, and you just earn, and I'm sure you'll be so excited. So guess what? Out of 3 positions, you earn 2. So it means you have your money back and you're also in profit. Isn't that amazing? And what I love most about these decentralized projects or the smart contracts are the fact that you do not have any requirements to do maybe monthly payments to sustain your account. No, the moment you bought that slot, you own it for life. And remember, we say a smart contract is unstoppable. You cannot stop it, you cannot change it, you cannot hack it. So it means you own that slot for life. And the beautiful thing is it means you can earn from that slot also for life, or earn from it until you feel like your money, you are just full of money and you don't want to engage anymore. And that is very much okay. So the advantages are just amazing. They are mind-blowing. So out of 1 slot of X3, 2 referrals come to you, 200% in your pocket. The 3rd one gives you something called a reset. The money from that goes to the ecosystem, and ecosystem is basically anyone in Facade, and it could be your upline, it could be anyone else. Remember, the code is programmed to do what it does best without favorism. And so it'll pay you when you're ready to get the payment, and it'll pay the next person as they deserve also. So basically, out of 3 positions, you earn from 2, and that is just incredible. So if you were me, or if I were you, how many people would you tell about Facade that, you know what, we have an easier, not easy, but an easier way of how to earn an incredible income in this one. So we tell, we earn, and on until, like I said, our pockets just overflow. What happens is probably the people who bought slot 1 will also be the friends that will buy slot 2. Remember, for you, you're a master at this. You've already bought ahead, maybe even 10 slots, maybe 12 slots, depending with how you can, your affordability. So you're ready to refer your friends. On the 2nd slot, the only difference is it will be twice as much in price as the 1st slot. As you can see, slot number 1 was 5 BUSD. Slot number 2 is 10 BUSD. But guess what? You earn again from your 1st referral or your 1st friend, you earn again from your 2nd referral or your 2nd friend. Then the 3rd one does what? It gives you a reset or a re-entry so that you can be open to earn again from your 5th and 6th friend. And then the 7th will give you a reset, then to come back and earn from the 8th and 9th. The 10 will give you a reset, on and on. Like I said, unlimited number of referrals for life. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no expiration, there's no, it is up to you to do what you said you will do on this platform, and there will be unlimited income in your pocket. So that's what really happens on the X3 project. And now on the X4, this is whereby instead of you having 3 open positions to earn from, you will have 6. And out of those 6, you will earn from 3. So the 3 blues you will not earn from, but the 3 pinks you will earn from. So guess what? If your slot is $5, but then you're earning three times of that, that is $15. That is 300% that goes into your pocket. And X4, you can earn not necessarily by only referral, but also you can earn from what we call the ecosystem, which is also from the people who are enrolled in the Facade project. So it works both ways. It can come through referral. Through referral, actually, you will earn a bit faster. But then if you want to be patient and wait for the ecosystem to pay you because you do not want to do the referrals yourself, then please welcome, join us on the platform. And we only ask that you be patient if you are not the type who will refer, and because, we are all different. There's those of us who love to talk and share, and there's those of us who feel like, wow, let me do this, be successful, and then maybe one day I'll tell somebody else. So yes, if you do not want to refer, probably X4 is the project for you, but we do say, just be patient with it. You have to wait. And, when the slots start populating, definitely the money will start trickling into your wallet and you will be a happy camper. Like I said, X4 works miraculously also because now here you have a chance to earn 300%, and you only bought the slot at whatever, like this one is $5, slot 2 of X4 will be 10, then 3 will be 20, just like that, all the way to slot 12. The payments plan and the system is the same. How you get paid is basically the same. The only difference is the slots will be twice as much in value as you go up. Because remember, we like to share and say slot number 1 to slot number 12 is like buying the first floor. You're building a whole complex or an apartment building that has 12 different floors. So from floor number 1, you go up. As you go up, the price increases twice as much. Then on the 3rd floor, the price increases again twice as much, all the way to 12 stories high. And it's just that incredible. But the beautiful thing is, like we said with Facade, what you want to understand with the smart contract is that once you buy your building, you will never have to buy it again, but you'll have tenants come in and pay you and go, come in and pay you and go, come in and pay you and go for the rest of your life. So like I say, it is so incredible. And we have, really, we've been enjoying learning so much more about what happens in the space of smart contracts. Of course, like I said, for such XXX is soon to come, you will earn more money. That will be one slot now giving you, instead of 200% or 300%, XXX, you'll be able to earn from one slot 680%. Wow. And then X Gold, of course, when it eventually comes, that will be 1,020% from one slot. That is truly incredible, ladies and gentlemen. And that is work that is going to be combined effort between you and the rest of the family members of Facade in the ecosystem. So that is that. As far as the presentation goes, we always just like to give you an opportunity actually just to see how much it is that you can put on the platform so that you can buy your slots, so that you can get yourself ready to earn infinite amounts of money. So of course, you can start with the minimum. We do recommend 7 slots of X3, 7 slots of X4, just as a start out, and that will be 147,000 Kenya shillings. Then you can also come in with 8 and 8 to buy in and say you spent 294,000 Kenya shillings. But if you are, fighting for the big spaces, of course, you can buy 9 of X3, 9 of X4, and that's 581,000, or a big fish coming in, 10, it's about 1.2 million. But actually, like we say, it really depends on the pocket. You can even buy all the 12 slots on X3, 12 on X4, and just, get ready to do what you said you will do so that you can see these incredible amounts of money. So ladies and gentlemen, those are just the recommendations. What I always want to say is there's more to what you see in front of you. So I would say, as soon as this call ends, definitely get back to the person that invited you on the call and see where you feel comfortable to get started. We also have the 3 get 3 strategy. And once again, that is something that, we just want you to win. We just want you to succeed. So we have several things that we can put together for you to help you start, with a flash and eventually win, so that you can share your story with the rest of the world. Now, even just to sign off, we encourage you, of course, on this call, as we finish up, you can download your wallet, because in the world of crypto, the cryptocurrencies or the Binance is stored on a crypto wallet. And you can find that on, when you go to Play Store or App Store, download a wallet called Token Pocket, and you will be able to set yourself up. And when you buy your Binance or your cryptocurrency from the platform Binance.com, then you'll be able to load it, and then you'll be given the link that will guide you on how to start, or how to be, the link will introduce you into Facade and start interacting with the smart contract. If you do have a computer, of course, you can open a wallet called MetaMask, and then you'll also be good to go. So with that, I am done basically with the presentation for tonight. And, I know probably some of you are wondering, we went through it so fast, but of course, like I said, if it's your first time to hear this information, come back again. We do have these daily presentations at 8 p.m. Kenyan time every single day, Monday to Monday. So you can come in and listen again, and it'll definitely be of value when you hear it the second time or even the third time. And, but we also welcome you, of course, to come. You can visit Kileleshwa. We have a space whereby we share so much of in person. We share this information, and sometimes it's very interesting to relate in person, so that you're able to ask 1,000 questions without even having, time limits, on your side. So what I want to do is I just want to, I want to actually stop the slide so that I'm able to share some testimonials, and I will call 1 or 2 people on the call so that they are able to share their story of how it has been since May 31st, because now it's been about a month, and a lot of our members, in ourselves, and also a lot of our members have been able to earn what we call the BUSD, or the Binance. Lives have been changed here. So I'm just trying to see how I am able to get out of this slide and share the slide that I'm looking for. Just give me 1 second. All right, what I do is, I'm not so sure exactly what I did to my space in terms of sharing. So I'll just I'll call in my business partner, actually Jeremiah, just to share his story. Hopefully he can be able to share his screen on his side so that he can also share his account. And that can be our testimony for tonight. And so Mr. Jeremiah, actually, most of you have heard about him, but it's very humbling always, whenever I call him up, because I know without him, probably I wouldn't be in this space. So he's, coming from the banking background, he has dealt, of course, with money for many, many years. But the beautiful thing now is he was trading and doing so much for the bank, but now he's able to trade and do so much for himself, and especially in this space of smart contract. So Jeremiah, he's our leader in this space, and we're super grateful. He's also on this call, and he's going to share his testimony. So that is his account. I can now see it. So Jeremiah, please welcome and tell us the journey. Has it been easy since May 31st? But you know, we see there's a success story here. So just share briefly with us, and then maybe we can close the call.
Oh, thank you very much. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much, Florence, for such a wonderful presentation, precise, clear, and direct to the point about smart contracts on the blockchain technology. Completely changed my paradigm shift on how we make money in the present world, and that's why it's very true. This is the fourth revolution. Actually, is the current revolution that is taking the world by storm, that now we can do things on our own. So I came across Facade in December on a platform called Facade in December, and that was on the Ethereum platform. Then last month, at the beginning of last month, which is now exactly 1 month into this particular smart contract on BUSD, I started, and you can see the results right there. Actually, if you can see the number there, that $1,000. And I started with approximately $1,000, 1,447,000 Kenya shilling. That was about $1,270, which I started with. And that is just within 1 month. That's the results that I have with partners of only 4 people that I've actually partnered with. And that is quite amazing how this particular project can be able to transform anybody's financial status. So thank you so much. I think it's self-explanatory how this thing works. So thank you so much. I'm so excited to be in this particular space.
Wow, thank you so much, Jeremiah. That was amazing. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, on his on the call on the screen, that is $31,000, 520. I always like to convert to Kenya shillings so that I can feel really good. And, can you imagine in a month making that much, over 3 million Kenya shillings? And it's truly, to me, it's truly amazing. I see the potential of and the possibilities that are endless in the journey and in the world of a smart contract. So basically, I'm not really able to share from my space, but I can ask at least a lady to say something. And I'm going to call this lady, and this lady, okay, I don't know what I'm seeing on the screen. Jeremiah, what do you see on your screen? Because I'm seeing WhatsApp. All right, yes, I'm going to call this lady. And this lady was also a former banker working in the banking industry. But right now it's amazing that she is a grandmother, but not a grandmother who is old. She is a grandmother who is up and running and earning so much money from the space of a smart contract or a smart project. And it's really incredible. I see her doing meetings all over Nairobi, impacting lives, and to me, she is a trendsetter. So Miss Lucy Kibathi, if you can hear me, we also call her Shosh. Shosh, if you can hear me, maybe you can just share real quick, how the experience has been from your end so far.
Thank you, Florence, for that and for your wonderful presentation. I was privileged also to be on this program on the launch day, which is about a month ago. And I just invested about 8,000 Kenya shillings. And since then, I've been able to accumulate close to 400,000 Kenyan shilling. And for me, that is really awesome. I don't think there's any kind of business I've done before and been able to get that kind of results within a short time. Because after retirement, I tried other things, but none is like this. So maybe you can show my screen, Flo. I don't know whether you have my number. I can just say 1582 if you're able to share. And you would be able to see the majority or the bulk of my earnings are from X4. And I've just been able to partner with just 4 people. That's not it. Mine is 1582. Yeah, so if you love Kenya shillings, if you convert that, it's about 400,000. For me, it's a lot of money. And I've just partnered with 4 people, and the bulk of that amount is from X4, where you are able to earn not only from your own referrals, but also from the ecosystem. So you see, almost more than 3/4 of the money earned is from X4. So I'd encourage any guest on this call to just jump in without much thought, and do not procrastinate. Just join in, and you can learn from the inside like I did. So thank you, Flo. You can take it
Wow,
back.
Shosh, thank you so much. I really appreciate your testimony. I appreciate your effort. And yeah, for the guests, basically you've seen it from 2 different angles. And all I can say is, if this is for you, then let's do this on a serious note, because like we say, lives have been changed. And so it's either you make a decision today and say, yes, I'm ready to start, and I am an A. And maybe Jeremiah, you can just help me pull up the ABC. But we can just, okay, I believe I can now. Thank you so much. Yeah, so either you are an A and you're ready to get started, and today is the day. You don't want to procrastinate anymore. Definitely what will happen is you'll be sent a link. The person that invited you to this call tonight will send you a link so that you can start. If you're a B, we keep saying a B is this person who says they are ready to start, but they have a couple of questions. Of course, the questions will be answered also right after this call. Make sure that you interact with the person that brought you here. Once your questions are answered, then of course we can start right away. Then Asi says not right now. And we say, well, we release you with a lot of peace, knowing that, when you're ready, you can come back to us and we'll be able to share the opportunity and help you to get started. So ladies and gentlemen, that's it for tonight. I'm super grateful that you took your time to be on this call today, but I hope that it makes a significance in your life so that we can move forward in the right direction as we change our financial narratives. I truly appreciate you, and I wish you a good night. And like I said, tomorrow, let's hop on same time. If not, you're also welcome to visit the office at Kileleshwa, and we will be able to engage with you and share more with you so that we move you closer towards the journey of financial freedom. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.